Hey, thanks for joining us today. Welcome to ATI ProMedia, live at 9 o'clock every morning, talking about your grain and livestock markets. Toni Dunker covered for me yesterday. Thank you, Toni, for jumping in. She does a fantastic job. She's always the one that keeps me between the ditches as I help my customers navigate markets. Toni's good, and appreciate her jumping in and covering for us yesterday. If you missed it, go to our YouTube channel, go watch on Acres TV. Go back and watch yesterday's episode. Run down, listen to what Toni Dunker had to say. We'll talk a little bit more about what she shared yesterday because she had some good talking points there today. So, stock markets are rallying. Grain markets, though, not quite as healthy. If you're looking at your 401k, you're happy. If you're mark to market on the bushels in your bin or the bushels out in your field that you plan to produce, they've lost some value here overnight in the last couple of days, rolling over. Not what we want to see. Play that sad trombone. Yikes. We don't want it. But get it out of here. Get it out of here. Maybe we'll get a story down the road, but your markets are moving. Let's dive in. I'll run through where your markets are at, and then we'll look at some charts here today on the show and break down these markets. So looking at your charts, May corn down 4.25, 471.5. New crop D's corn's down 3.5 at 454.5. Looking over at bean market, beans are green on the screen, up 5 cents on May beans at 10.40. New crop Nove beans up a penny and a quarter at 10.28. Soy oil is a little bit firmer. Soy meal broke below 300, is down 70 points, 298.70. Wheat is lower. Chicago's down 2.5 cents at 5.33 on your May contract. KC wheat, May wheat, 5.41 3/4, down 4.25. Broke new contract lows here on May. KC wheat this morning. Minneapolis wheat's a little bit weaker as well. Your feeder in the meat markets, we got feeder cattle up $1.60 on your May at 288.57. Live cattle are up $1.60 at 213 on the April. The June's up $1.42 at 207.70. Lean hogs, May's down 15 points on the front, 92. June is up 32 cents at 100.60. So still above that $100 level. Good to see on your hogs. Hogs have been on a tear here. Crude oil is a little bit weaker, 27 points weaker at 63.41. Diesel is down almost a penny at 214, relatively flat though. Nat gas is definitely flat, $3 even on your May nat gas. The Dow, though, up 1,030 points at 40,390. The S&P up 157 points, 5,471. The NASDAQ up 638 points at 19,020. The Russell's 70 points firmer. Bitcoin's up 1,890 points at 93,550. Significant bounce on Bitcoin as well. Gold is 130 points off at 3,270. Silver is a little bit weaker as well. The U.S. dollar firmer by 54 points, 99.23 on your U.S. dollar index. 2-year is softer. The 10-year tick firmer here. So cotton market's up $2, 2 cents, 2 cents, not $2, 2 cents. New crop D's cotton up $1.24 at 69.95, tickling 70 cents. Tickling 70 cents. All right. Stocks rallying. Good to see stock markets bouncing back here this morning. Trump administration easing some of the tough tariff talk out there. And he doesn't plan to fire, has no intent of firing Fed Chair Jerome Powell. So both of those comments providing some a little more certainty and clearing up some of the cloudy skies hovering over your equity markets. Good to see those equity markets recovering and bouncing back here out of the gate. But grain markets are a little lower. Don't want to see that. May options expire Friday. Toni talked about it yesterday. You've got those May options coming off the books. You never know where things are going to settle. I like to look at open interest on where the strikes are to see where the futures markets for those contracts might want to gravitate to settle out. But the cash market don't lie, and the cash market's going to dictate where these markets need to go. But those that option expiration date may dictate some of that price action here this week. So I think we'll look at some charts here and dive into some of that. We've got some key things happening. I want to look at May corn first. So pulling those in, bear with me as I pull this in. Let's look at this May corn contract. Okay, been all over the place. May corn, February 19th, traded up in this 518 area, then sold off down to 440 area, rallied back up to 490 area on your May corn futures contract. This green line, that is the 50-day moving average, and we actually broke through it overnight. Got some congestion here with moving averages, but we're very much in the midpoint of this range. Might throw a Fibonacci retracement on there just because those are fun to look at. But we look at that. We're at a 38% pullback off of that recent high. And then if we look out to that longer term range, we're in this half back to 62% retracement off of that range there. So very much in the middle of this last few months range that we've seen in May corn, but pulling back here, testing that key moving average. Let's jump over. I want to look at new crop corn as well. Similar but different chart. So more in that lower end of the range, testing some of that resistance support area there, but also broke the 50-day moving average here today on your new crop corn futures. Looking over what else, which other one do I want to look at? I want to look at KC wheat. Got that one on the books for us too. KC wheat, I think just pegged a new contract low here. Got to get this off of there, maybe, if I can. Yeah, there we go. Low of 539 and a quarter on your May KC wheat here this morning. That's a new contract low, looking back at the lifetime of that contract. So new crop, let's look at new crop KC wheat here, testing the low end of the range as well there. So not what we want to see on your wheat contracts. Moisture in the forecast, moisture in the plains, probably pressuring the KC wheat trade a little bit here out of the gate. Let's look at some positive news. You guys need some positive stories here on Wednesday. Look at that lean hogs. No, that's live cattle. Lean hogs. Look at this lean hog chart. The hog chart on a tear here. Look at that recovery. Great to see. Ring that bell, Rick. I love it. Yep. Hog market on a tear. Reward rallies when they happen. Don't let the market's price action ingrain you in a bullish bias. These are rewardable, actionable type of market moves, and you got to be ready to react when you get market moves like this. And it's great to see us rally off the bottom. Hopefully, you manage some of that volatility as we're selling off between mid-February and the first part of April, and you're in a good spot there. That's why you manage positions. That's why you manage position equity and embrace market volatility, because boys, these markets, they move. So be ready for that. Toni talked a lot about it yesterday. I'm going to yank these charts out of here and get into some prime time focus. You can pick on whichever view you want, Rick, here, but Toni talked about it yesterday. Don't get lulled to sleep. I love that comment. These markets, when they rally, they have they have a history. They can lull you to sleep and put you to sleep. So you don't want to be the one that gets put to sleep and be complacent when the markets are moving. And you don't want to be the marketing story this year. We hear them every year of buying out of your short contracts at the high of the market, or just different type of marketing horror stories. And you don't want to be the marketing horror story this year. So if you hit the high this year, it's very hard to back it. And price prediction is a dangerous game to play and can set you up for failure. So one thing I want to talk about, it's my soapbox moment. I'm going to take a sip of coffee before I get on my soapbox moment. Appreciate y'all joining and jumping in here today. But one thing, as I visit with new customers, new prospective customers, I find that it's hard to live with the marketing decisions we make, and we do lots of things to cope with the different decisions you make as you make those marketing decisions. Not everybody is honest about where the decisions they've made and the marketing their marketing choices. So people often make excuses for the decisions they make, even if they're bad decisions, in order to feel better about them. We rationalize, we justify, we have mind tricks that help us avoid feeling bad or guilty and allow us to cope with the fact that, well, I couldn't sell, or I guess I did okay, when we might be ignoring key facts, or painting a narrative that isn't true, saying that, hey, selling $5 wheat was okay, not many people did better than that, when in reality we had the opportunity to do stuff at 6 or 7. Those types of situations. So could I have done better? Are we being honest with our marketing going forward? So I think as those those tricks or those traps, I guess, they prevent you from learning. They allow you to feel okay near term, but they prevent you from actually learning, owning up to, being accountable, and making better choices in the future and growing in your abilities to make good marketing decisions. And it goes beyond marketing. It's just life in general. My baseball playing kid deals with that. So teaching him accountability for his choices and his actions, those are all important. So we as adults need to be as accountable with our own decisions, whether it's on the baseball field, whether it's in the football field, whether it's in the classroom, or whether it's on the screen out in the farm field, the cornfield. Are we living up and owning to the choices that we make out there? So that's my soapbox moment. Going forward, be honest with yourself about marketing. Search for more info, search for better. Don't just look for marketing perfection, but search for a strategy that's repeatable, that works across different marketing environments. It's a strategy that defends your decisions, enables you to confidently make decisions, and enables you to execute in the face of uncertainty, and provides you the ability to manage market volatility as these markets are unpredictable and they move. Don't underestimate their ability to move. So, soapbox moment over, done, moving on. Cattle market, we saw the choice cutout down $1.79 yesterday at 331. It's 370 below last week. We've seen week-to-week declines on the daily cutout print for 11 consecutive days, but it's hanging in there at 331. How long will it hang there? We'll break down here on the premium content what's moving the cutout, and we'll dive into the meats here this week and get that out to our premium subscribers. Appreciate all of our premium subscribers. I'm going to highlight the video we did last Friday. Once again, Rick, throw that thumbnail up. Last Friday, we talked about 25 corn bean marketing update, did a refresher on where your target should be at and the orders you should have working. You always got to be on top of your marketing game, especially when you're out in the field. This is why you need somebody to help you, somebody at your side that's called, maybe not just somebody you can call to help you execute, but maybe somebody that's calling or texting you and telling you, hey, you, Mr. Farmer, need to be paying attention right now. Let's do something today. Don't put it off till tomorrow. And that's kind of what we talked about in that video, is further advancing that plan and managing positions as we've seen a nice little rally there. So also, fun fact for you guys, just remembered this. The ATI ProMedia, we got a phone number for ProMedia, and it's very similar to the ARC in Kentucky, or the ARC Encounter in Kentucky. So I've gotten a handful of phone calls for people who are searching for Noah's Ark, which I know we've had a ton of moisture lately in certain areas of the Midwest. But guys, if there's something I need to know, if I'm missing the boat on something and I need to be on that boat, on that ark, please tell me, let me know. I've getting a handful of phone calls, and they're starting to concern me a little bit. Either our numbers are a little too close to each other in the phone book, or something bigger is happening out there. So guys, keep your head on a swivel out there. I know it's raining, but if we need to build an ark, tell me. I need to know where I need to be. But all right, upcoming for the day, we've got EIA data out at 9:30. We'll get ethanol production, stocks, crude inventory. We'll have some updated number out there. We continue to have a slug of Q1 earnings reports in the macro market. The trade's watching tariff talk, updates from any tweets from the Trump administration, and monetary policy going forward. We're going to have an updated drought monitor tomorrow. We're going to have updated weather models all throughout the day today, and everybody's going to be looking at what does the future weather outlook hold across the Corn Belt for planting pace, planting progress, and production. Are we too wet? Are we too dry? Or is it just going to be all right and be an okay year? And are you as an American farmer going to raise the bushels, fill the supply, and will we be looking back in hindsight saying, I woulda, coulda, shoulda? Don't be in that boat. Don't be the marketing story this year, as Tony said. Great deal. Weekly export sales also out tomorrow. We'll be back then. Appreciate you joining me today. Stay on top of your marketing game. I'm going to get out of here and move on with your day. Hope you guys have a fantastic day. We will catch you tomorrow. See ya.